Hello, the Keto family, welcome back. Today we're making smoked salmon rolls. If this is your first time with us, don't forget, hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. Let's get started, guys. Alright, lovelies, as a reminder, everything I'm using today is right down there in the description below, and then at the end of the video will be a nutritional information card so you have a macro breakdown with these. That being said, always encourage you to do your own calculations as what you use and how many you get. Might be a little bit different than me, okay? But at least it gives you a rough idea. Alright, salmon. Oh, I love salmon, and smoked salmon is the best. For this recipe though, you gotta be careful what types of packages you get from the grocery store. I made the mistake of buying 2 packages for this and didn't notice the very fine print on the bottom of the package says smoked salmon tidbits. Very small letters on the very bottom corner. Be very careful with that because that's just salmon shreds, and I enjoyed eating it straight out of the bag with my hands. My cats enjoyed some of it, but it was not good for this recipe. You want to get the pre-sliced smoked salmon. I actually asked somebody at the deli to help me find it because I didn't want to get the wrong stuff again, because it's not the cheapest thing in the world to buy, and I had to get a few packages for this. In the end, I bought 4 packages that were sliced, not tidbits, and 3 out of 4 worked really well. I'm going to put a picture up here of the 2 that worked best for me, as far as being sliced cleanly, being able to peel it off, because if you got slices that are too thin, too shredded, they're just not going to roll. And so you just be really careful with that because you don't want to waste your money. This stuff's not cheap, although highly delicious. This will be a great appetizer recipe if you're going to a get-together, a party, a potluck, something like that. These are impressive little appetizers that will disappear before you know it. Alright, so how this works is I got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. It has been softened. Since I did have to run to the grocery store and forgot to pull mine out, I softened this in the microwave for 30 seconds. Just make sure you remove it out of the tin foil packaging before you do that. Do not put foil in your microwave, folks. Not a good idea. I did that as a kid. Let's not go into that story though. Alright, so into this block of softened cream cheese, I got a tablespoon of fresh dill. If you are using dried dill, you reduce that down at least by half, so 2.5 teaspoons of it. I'm lucky that I planted some dill seeds out in my kitchen garden this summer, and they have just gone crazy. Like, I got a whole handful of this stuff, and you can't even notice it's gone. Like, it's insane how fast these guys have grown. I got a tablespoon of horseradish here. I did not make this horseradish, I bought it. Be careful when you're buying a horseradish because a lot of them have added sugars to them. It's very hard to find one that does not have any sugar added to it. And then I got a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. I'm just going to add a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt to this. I just want a little bit of the salt. Not much though, because the smoked salmon is quite salty. Alright, we'll just mix all this together. If your cream cheese is not softened up, this is an impossible task. And if you prefer, you can always put this in a stand mixer or use a hand mixer with it, but it's such a small amount. I have no problem mixing it by hand. Say you're going to a party or have a big family gathering and you're making a lot of this, oh, I would get the mixer out for that. Alright guys, that is it for the cream cheese mixture. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our slice of salmon. Alright, so I just got myself just a regular tablespoon here. I'm going to dollop this on, spread it nice and thinly. Alright, we're just going to start rolling it up from one of the short ends. Do this very gently, you don't want to tear your salmon. Alright, once I got that rolled, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Very gently. Once again, you don't want to apply a lot of pressure here. Just very gentle sawing motions. Alright, and what I do is I'll just pinch the bottom a little bit to make sure it stays together. I'll put it here and arrange it beautifully. Alright. I like to put the outside edge up and the part I just cut down. That way you get that frilly edge to it. Just arrange them on the plate. Alright, I'm going to bring it in probably closer so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, Let's show you that again so you can see it a little more up close. Alright, got my salmon. And not all of these salmon slices are shaped perfectly, but in the end, once you roll it up, it's not going to matter too much. Alright, nice thin layer there. And the good thing about these is the cream cheese keeps it all together, so you don't have to worry about toothpicks or anything like that. It stays together on its own. You grab it by the short edge, very gently roll it up. Alright, gently cut it in half without putting any downward pressure, really. Very gentle. Alright, and now just pinch this a little bit to bring the top out and open. I'll set it down here. Same thing for this one. Pinch the bottom a little bit, open the top, just like that. I'll do the same for all these. Now I got this one little skinny piece here. I didn't want to toss it because it can still be used, just I would not cut this one in half. I leave it just as is. So the cream cheese, I start with the skinniest edge. Gently roll it so you don't squish out the mixture inside. And that's it. Now this one, if you notice, it has a big rip right down the center of it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm still going to roll this up just the same as I did all the rest of them. And that will close itself up as it rolls. So I'm just going to ignore it, act like it's not there. You see there's that tear? Again, it closes itself up so you don't even see it. Right, gently cut down without applying any pressure. If you squish down really hard on this, you'll just ooze everything out the other side. So very gentle. There we go. There's our little rose. Alright guys, so I have finished rolling all of these up and several of them might have ended up disappearing. This is like sushi to me, and since I have always been a big sushi fan and haven't had it in a very long time, this is a real treat for me. But that's what they look like now, all rolled up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take little sprigs of the dill that I had picked earlier, and I'm going to garnish them just at the top with a little bit in each one. This is more for visual appeal than anything else. If it's just you and your family you're making these for, you don't have to do this. But if you're making these for a party, get together, you really want to impress, just put a little sprig of the dill inside each one. And just as a note, I did have some of the cream cheese mixture left over. I didn't end up using it all, but that's probably because I couldn't use all 4 of the packages of my salmon for this. Had that 4th package worked out good for me, then I might have not had any left over. Those were 4-ounce packages of smoked salmon. I showed you the picture earlier of what they looked like. Those 2 are the best. I bought 5 different kinds trying to find which ones would work best, and those 2 are hands down the ones that were outstanding for this. The others, if you try something else, you know, you're just kind of gambling on whether or not you're wasting your money because it may or may not work out for you. Okay, so maybe they did all end up getting garnished, but they're so cute. Look at these little guys. They are adorable. I absolutely love these. You've got to try these out. If you're making them for yourself, just make sure, you know, they actually make it to the dinner table because they will disappear rather quickly. If you're making for a party, you know, you're going to make a lot more than this. So the 3 packages I had, I was able to get 24 of these rolls out of it. So you should be able to get 8 per package. Keep that in mind if you're trying to make a larger amount, okay? 8 per 4-ounce package, that is. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you try this recipe. It's absolutely delicious. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up down below. And if you know anybody that can use a great smoked salmon roll-up recipe, share this with them. Until next time, guys. Bye.